Welcome back to another episode of Blindside Sports. This is episode 24, and we have a pretty solid episode for you guys. In this one, we're going to be chopping up the wild card, a couple of the big stories. I meant to get an episode out earlier about the wild card stuff, just didn't get the chance to. Then we are also going to be picking the four divisional games. Before I hop into the episode, though, make sure you like the episode. Download it, like the podcast, turn your notifications, subscribe, and share with a friend because word of mouth advertising is the best. All right. Episode 24. Sorry I didn't have two episodes out this week. I really have no excuse. Like, I can't think of an excuse. All I gotta say is next week I'll be better because this is Saturday morning when I'm recording both of this. So we are rushing it, boys. We are rushing it. So without further ado, let's hop into the episode. So, I feel like the main story coming out of this wild card weekend was the Cowboys. And the Cowboys played the 49ers, and it was a horrible game for the Cowboys. And they had like 14 penalties or 15 penalties, and half of them were just stupid false start, offside, like neutral zone, like 5-yard penalties that shouldn't have happened, right? And they had a horrible game. Dak Prescott didn't look good. And the Niners, I'm going to say this. The Niners played pretty good. But that last quarter, Jimmy G'd. And he handed the ball over to, he threw a pick to the Cowboys. And then there's another play that should have been a pick. And then the Niners tried to go for it on fourth down. Nothing really happened with that. To be honest, it kind of flopped. And it just wasn't very good for the Niners. And they're still able to win because of Dak Prescott's idiot move. So if you guys didn't see what this was Dak Prescott, it was 14 seconds left, and the Cowboys needed a touchdown to win it, right? There's no field goal option here. They need a touchdown, and they also had to, if they made the extra point, they would have won, and they would have been advancing to the next round of the playoffs. Well, for whatever reason, the Cowboys decide, you know what? It would be a good idea to run a QB sneak. I don't know why. I don't know why they did. But they decided, hey, that's what we want to do. So we're going to do it. So they do the QB sneak. Not the best call. Instead of like ending the play with the ref, Dak Prescott tries to do it. And then suddenly you get the clock ticking down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game is over. What a horrible play, Cowboys. It's just crazy how, that happens, right? You should not have called a QB sneak. I think, the Cowboys should definitely be looking at McCarthy, okay, dude, have a talk with them, maybe move on from him. I don't know. I just thought it was a horrible play by the Cowboys. I thought it was like they didn't care. Because even, a short, like a medium pass, getting like 15 yards, 20 yards, spike the ball or get out of bounds, and then take a shot at the end zone. Okay, now we're talking. But you do a QB sneak? Come on, man. And then this is a part where I'm like, wow, come on, Dak. Dak Prescott decides it's a good idea to be like, they're like, how do you feel about the fans throwing the stuff at you? And he's like, I don't like it. Basically, it's BS. And then when he says it's the rest, he basically says it's good. Dak Prescott, stop it. If that hit you, you'd be crying, right? So you can't say it. So don't encourage you to throw at other people. We don't need this getting thrown around. I just think it's a horrible comment made by Dak Prescott. It's gonna make the refs not like you. And look, we all know the refs do play with some bias. I'm not gonna say they don't. So I just think it was a horrible spot. by Dak Prescott. Horrible decision making by him. Now the other big storyline, I mean, other than the Bengals advancing, but man, we'll preview the Bengals here just in a minute, right? When we move ahead to the preview, um, was the Rams Cardinals game. This was interesting. Rams just 34-11 mollywatched the Cardinals, and Kyler Murray looked like a kid who was getting arrested for the first time, man. Or a kid who was singing in front of like thousands of people for the first time. He was nervous, my man. It was bad. Like this guy, when I say he was nervous, he was nervous. And one thing I've noticed about Kyler Murray too is ever since he got hurt, his rushing hasn't been the same Kyler Murray rushing as it was in the first half of the season. And people are like, should they move on from Kyler Murray? No, that's ridiculous. Kyler's like 24 years old, first playoff game. I do think it is nerves more than anything. I mean, Kingsbury, I don't know how I feel about that guy, man. Like, I really don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about him. I mean, you just gotta like, just it seems like his teams have the magic second half slump, right? They have the magic second half slump. All right. Speaking of reverse second half slumps, how about they kind of had it, but not as bad as the Cardinals. How about the Rams, man? I do think their defense showed, that they are the Rams defense. And the talent was there. They made Kyler Murray look like, crazy. Like they made him look like he's garbage. And I think it was both the defense and him. Matthew Stafford, I mean, he had like 200 yards passing. I mean, he didn't turn the ball over, which is key. That if Matthew Stafford, he can have that game, the defense can have that game. As long as he don't turn the ball over, it's fine, right? It's fine. All hats off to the Rams. They're clearly the better team in that one. Personally, in my personal opinion, I just gotta say, I think the Raiders are moving in a new direction. I don't think Rich Versace is going to be their head coach next year as they fire their GM, which is I don't like the move at all. Now, I know these are stories from earlier in the week, but I think on Monday when the wild card ends, I'm going to have when the divisional round is, I think I'm going to have a divisional round. Like we're just going to chop up the divisional round, and I'll give my thoughts on some that I had from the divisional round. When football gets real, my boys, I'm excited for it. But the Raiders, I mean, I feel like Mayock had some issues picking up guys who he picked, solid players. Like the Raiders were improving over the 3 seasons, but that guy picked some characters that weren't the best characters. I don't think the guy should have been fired. I think it was going up for the Raiders. So that one makes me think. That's what makes me think the Raiders are on the move. They're gonna try and go for a new outlook. They're like, all right, after John Gruden, we just need something new. We need a change in scenery or change in front office, and that's what they're gonna do. They're bringing the new GM. They're gonna find a new head coach, and I believe that. I don't think Rich Versace is gonna get the job, even though Rich Versace was very, very good. I still don't think he's gonna get the job. Emmett Douglas here, Blindside Sports. Get me on Twitter at EmmettNosi04. Follow the show, Blindside Pod 11. Instagram, my personal, Emmett Nosi. Instagram, the show, Blindside Sports 00. I'll be posting all my picks over there over the next, the playoffs. And I think I'm going to do some NBA picks once we get down into it after NFL season. What time is it? Do I want to dive into it? Nah, we're going to dive into that Lakers situation next week. Why don't we? Yeah, we're going to dive into that Lakers stuff like next week. So without further ado, let's pick these wild card games. Or why do? Oh, is this thing on? Sorry, we are picking the divisional games. We got 4 amazing NFL games to pick this weekend. This is where the real football happens. I'm super excited for these games. So without further ado, let's pick it. Titans, Bengals. Titans favored by 4 points. Your over unders, that one is 48 with Derrick Henry coming back. And I just got to say, I really liked how the Bengals performed last week. I think it was a really awesome performance. I think Joe Burrow, like I tweeted this out at EmmettNoC04. I'm like, yo, like after those first couple drives, I'm like, Joe Burrow isn't even nervous at all, and it's crazy. This one will be, in Tennessee, so we'll see if like the road nerves come on. Derrick Henry, he hasn't played in a while, so who knows like what type of game he's gonna have. I just don't know about the Titans. I mean, they did beat the 49ers, or they beat some good teams this year. But I'm rolling. I think I'm gonna roll with them just because they have more experience, right? Like you got Ryan Tannehill, who's played a couple playoff games. You got Derrick Henry, who's a beast, right? It's looking like I'm gonna roll with them. I don't see the Bengals upsetting them, but yeah, you know what? We're gonna take the Titans in this one. I'm gonna take the under, and I'm gonna take it 24-21. Give me the Tennessee Titans. So we got the Niners and the Packers. This is the next Saturday game. I'm looking forward to this one. Over under 47. Packers favored by 5.5. This might be the one if I had to pick an upset. Well, I'm probably gonna pick an upset. I see. You guys don't know. Like I just don't wing these picks, or like I wing. Like I have an idea, but like when I hear those lines, that's what I think in my head. Who's gonna win. I have an idea, but I really don't give too much thought into it until the show, and that's why I give you guys my live reaction. And we got Aaron Rodgers, who this is a very important season for him, and he's gonna do everything in his power to like show off, win. Even though the Niners fought really, they aren't the best of games, but it was Dallas, so that they're able to win. Niners gonna keep it closer at Green Bay, I do think. And I think it's gonna be close game, lots of offense. The over under is 47. Packers favored by -5.5. I do believe that the Niners, I think Nick Bosa's coming back for sure. Deebo Samuel's probably I think he's gonna have a good game against this Packers. I think it's gonna be a good like defensive performance over there for the Niners. Like I said, over under 47. Packers favored 5.5. I'm gonna roll with the over, and I'm gonna roll with the Packers 31-24. I just feel like Jimmy G is gonna have some Jimmy G decisions at the end of the game that just costs the 49ers significantly, and you can't have that. Next game, let's go over to the Bills Chiefs. All right, this one is gonna be good. This is some good stuff, my boys. This is wow. Wow. So Chiefs, Bills, Chiefs 1.5 point favorites. This over under is 54 points. Yeah, this is a good game. All right. Now, the Chiefs did find themselves against the Steelers. The Bills are a better team. I think this could be a really close game. But I will say that this bet or this situation does feel like a sucker bet. but I might, the over under. I might roll with it anyway. I really like Josh Allen to have a good game. Knock out the Chiefs, which would be crazy. Out of all the picks of this, kind of like that Rams Cardinals one, I didn't feel too confident about it. This is that one for me because it could go anyone's way, and the lines are so close. Obviously Chiefs favored by 1.5. Like you could easily roll with that Bills. I think they're going to show out. The Bills have finally found the run game. So if they keep up the same strategy as they do against New England last week, as they did against New England last week, it shouldn't be an issue. And, it's going to be a good game. You're going to have lots of offense. If and Chiefs will have Clyde Edwards-Helaire back from his shoulder injury, which is good for them. The Bills, not too much on the injury situation. But this is going to be important for both these teams, especially the Bills. I think the Bills are come out with that edge and, knock off the Chiefs. Give me the Bills 31. Give me the Chiefs 30. I like that one line and give it to the over in points, right? Over in points. And yeah, Blindside Sports, Emmett Douglas with you. We have one more game to pick in this quick little Saturday morning episode. And look, that was the one upset I'm rolling with. And I might roll with another upset depending on the Rams-Bucks game. And I hope y'all having a good day as you're watching this, enjoying the football. And yeah, without further ado, here is the last pick. And then I think we're running good on time. So I do think I will chop up real quickly I might go into the Lakers real quick. But now we got the Buccaneers versus the Rams. So the Bucks are favored by 2.5. The over/under is 48. Both teams battling some injury issues. Andrew Whitworth, Taylor Rapp for the Rams, both not playing, both out with practice. Ryan Jensen, Tristan Wirfs, Murphy Bunting, a couple other players for the Bucks are questionable. Yeah, they're questionable. And who else? Leonard Fournette has until tomorrow to be activated off the IR. Rojo has been ruled out. So the thing is this is like the best team Tom Brady has played. I see why the lines in this one are 2.5. I really do. I think that's, I think that's just what, it's going to be 2.5. It's going to be a good game. I do. None of these games are going to be bad this weekend, which didn't I say that last weekend too? And I was wrong. Besides the Steelers. We need to talk about that. These are all going to be good games. 2.5, 48 is the odds and the over under. This is, the Rams defense. If Tristan Wirfs and Ryan Jensen aren't playing in this one, and I do think they're going to, give it their best to play, this is going to be crazy for the Rams. And this is like the match the Bucks did not want. If the Bucks want to go back to the Super Bowl, this isn't what they want. This is two teams who, both have questions for different reasons. I mean, we got the Rams who are questions because Matthew Stafford and all of that, right? Like, can Matthew Stafford win a playoff game? That Cardinals game was pretty easy. I think, it really depends on what happens in the second game for him. It really depends on him. If he makes some crappy plays, the Buccaneers can win. He proved me wrong last time. I don't know if I'm going to rule with it this time. I'm still kind of, thinking over. And the Bucks, their main question is injuries, right? They are dealing with a lot. You lost 2 receivers, your 2 running backs. Now you have like Keyshawn Vaughn in there, and 2 of your linemen are questionable, which doesn't bode well. Tristan Wirfs kept getting hurt in that Eagles game last week, and Tom Brady needs his linemen to win the game, right? And the thing is with the Bucs last year is why they made the Super Bowl is because they had all their guys, no injuries at all. And I do think Tom Brady is going to have he's going to fight, but I think, screw it. Give me the Buccaneers. No. All right. I wouldn't be shocked if the Buccaneers won, but for the sake of my picks, I feel like the Rams is more of the safe bet here because we don't know about a lot of the Bucs. I like I said, it's the playoffs. I think they're gonna give it a go, but we don't know about a lot of the Bucs situations. So give me the Rams in this one. I'm gonna take the score 27-23 and the over. So yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Give me the Rams. And it looks like our Rams Packers Titans Bills is gonna be wow. You know what's crazy? The teams I picked to the Super Bowl, I actually I think I picked the Bills. I'll have to go back and clip that. I think I picked the Bills out of the AFC. But I did the Bills at a championship. But wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Like none of the teams, like I didn't expect the Rams. Like I went for the boring pick, and look, beginning of season picks. I mean, you do them for the media, I feel like, but that's one thing that I feel like a lot of us do change through the season because like somebody who was this? Somebody, I swear I saw someone pick the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm not kidding. I don't know who, but it was someone with some media validation. I'm like, wow. I mean, we're gonna do obviously we're gonna do these, the Super Bowl stuff for fun, right? Give us an idea before the season, but that shakes up a lot. I feel like that's the fun of the NFL season, like when stuff shakes up, and we had these injuries, and I did say the Bucs would have to stay really healthy for to have the chance to go to the Super Bowl and stuff like that, and that wow, very very interesting stuff here, and I kind of like it, and that's just the beauty of the NFL season and any sports season. Stuff's gonna change, and you're gonna be proven wrong on your picks, and even you're gonna have to go against your picks sometimes, and you just got to do it right. Blindside Sports, Emmett Douglas with you. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, share it, like it, download, turn on notifications, comment, tweet me, EmmettNoc04, BlindsidePod11, Instagram, EmmettNoc, Blindside Sports 00, TikTok, Blindside Sports 7. If you all had a good day, hope you had a good day, watching football. Sorry about the quick episode. I'm going to be real with y'all. I meant to record it last night, right? And then I have stuff to do in like 5 minutes after I'm recording. So all I'm going to say is I fell asleep. I woke up. I'm like, I got to record this podcast, right? I was just watching a video about to listen to some Brian Noe, see what he had to think about the playoffs. And then boom, it's like 8:30. So tell me that's crazy. All right. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching. Peace out.